Hey yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to my channel, The X Productions. I'm the Bizzo, aka the Unknown Producer, and we're keeping it going with our celebration of Notorious B.I.G. Christopher Wallace. You know what I'm saying? Today I got Notorious Big, Party and Bullshit, and this is off the Who's the Man project, which dropped in '93. It was an early joint, and I love it because it sounds dirty, it sounds underground, and at that time it was just raw and shit. I love the feel of it because it has that underground feel, you know. It doesn't have that like playing the radio type feel. And around that time, you had a lot of shows like Red Alert, um, Mr. Magic, and then you had like the Audio 2 that was down to like I think it was 90, it was 89.9, 89.1, 89 somewhere down there, down at that station, and they would play like late night, like early in the morning, like from 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I would make taping their songs they played, and this had that feel of that song, you know what I'm saying? I was a hard, heavy hip hop man. I'm always be like, go to sleep, and I'd be having the radio next to me, and I'd be staying up to press that pause tape, play it, record, and I didn't want to get the commercials. I would get the songs, and I was struggling to stay awake, being all tired for school and shit, falling asleep in school. You know, we used to go to high school. I remember memory. We used to go to Corner Spelman High School, Catholic school. But when my year came in, it was like a large number of black people that came in. It's a surge, and it's right along with hip hop. And we just stayed hip hop, son. I remember by the time we were seniors, me and my boys, I had some boys from Section 5 Co-op City, and I lived over by Gun Hill Road, and I used to meet them I used to meet a man on the bus, and we had a little entourage of freshman shorties, freshman and sophomore shorties, you know, that used to hang with us, and we used to meet up in like this right there across the bridge of Needham Avenue, like Co-op City, like not even Co-op City, but like Needham Avenue's a little park right across there, and like you know had like a little benches there, and we used to meet up there with drink 40s, and we have my man bring the bud. We take turns bringing bud, roll blunts, and we smoke with the girls, and go to like go to school, and go to school right afterwards and shit. And we be fucked up, man. Yo, you know, it was crazy and shit, man. You know, we walk across the bridge and shit. Like everybody thought we went to Truman High School and shit, and everything like that. The way we was dressed, because we was like, you know, we had our starter jackets on, our nameplates and shit. And they got to the point where like we was there every day. We would see like people going to work, and they would wave to us like, "Hey, how you doing?" We say good morning, and we was there we was there every morning and shit getting fucked up, man. Our little entourage, man. Please shout out to my man Phil, man. My man Phil from Section 5, son, and that whole crew out there, Demo and everybody, son. Section 5, man. I loved hanging out there with them, man. You know what I'm saying? Wayne, all of y'all, son. Rest in peace, Wayne, man. Rest in peace, Wayne, man. Forgot about Wayne. Rest in peace, bro. But yo, man, I just brought back a memory with this song, man. You know, party and bullshit. Because we used to get fucked up. I remember by second period, I had political science class, and the political science teacher was the assistant coach to the varsity team. He coached JV, but he was assistant coach on varsity, and I was on playing varsity basketball that time, and I used to be like fucking down my head like this. I was so fucked up by second period and shit. And I'll come to the hallway, go in the bathroom, throw up, feel better, you know, but like, yo, fucking, I ain't going to lunch, man. Yo, I'm going to fucking the library and shit and fuck with yo. But yo, it was good times. Remember the song? I'm sorry, I know I shared a lot with y'all, but I'm gonna get it right now, okay? Notorious B.I.G. Party and Bullshit off of Who's the Man soundtrack, which was a funny movie back then with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre, and just get it.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in.
I gotta stop it right there. That be like memories. The deuce and the bubble goose. Back then we had these leather bubble gooses. They were leather bubble gooses and shit. You either had like the 3/4 one or the short one. Mostly everyone had the 3/4 one. And that shit was like bubbly like a goose, but it was leather and shit, man. And I had a sheepskin too. I went to Delancey Street and bought a gray sheepskin, man. Like that was some hottest shit. And then back in '91, I pulled it out, the sheepskin, and I cut the sleeves off, and cut it down here. It was like a sheepskin vest. Niggas was sweat me. I was riding in the train. It was like, oh, bitches was like, yo, he got a sheepskin vest on, cause it'd be like hot weather and shit. But I'm still rocking, that transition, hot rocking and shit. Like, and I used to always work my arms out. I was working my arms out. So when I flexed that little tricep thing, and I had like the little tattoos right here and shit. But we used to have that, and we used to wear knapsacks. Knapsacks was just convenient because you didn't want to have a lot of shit in your pants, because your pants was baggy, and you didn't want to weigh down your pants and shit. So you carry a knapsack. What did we carry in it? I carried my weed. I carried cigars. I carried a black marble notebook to write rhymes on. I carried CDs and tapes, whatever I was listening to, my Walkman, and a pen. That's what I carried in there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I carry when I was going to play basketball, I'll carry that, have my basketball. I'll go from park to park, and just like certain parks I was used to playing in, like Edenwald Park, whatever, I would go in there. Magenta Park, Parkside. They had a basketball park there where you get good competition at too. Eastchester Road, they had a park there with a lot of basketball courts. I play over there. I used to travel around the valley. Where I used to play there. I played in Co-op City, Section 5, Section 2. You know what I'm saying? It was just fun playing ball back then and challenge your back. You had your knapsack and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just that time and era. I spoke a lot, but I had to share that with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Memories. And that's what all this is about. That's why I'm doing Hip Hop 90s chronological era. I'm fucked up, by the way. Chronological era, and we're going to keep it going for Notorious. All right.
And sidekicks with my sidekicks rock.
Want that little bit.
Passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in axe and sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. Honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my gat? If not, I hope I don't get
around this time. Stop one more time. Around this time, the rides were like those little Jeeps, those little small compact Suzuki Jeeps, Wrangler Jeeps, and Sidekick Jeeps. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was getting those in that summertime, but then people stopped getting them because they used to flip over on them and shit a lot of times. So people stopped getting them and started to get like the bigger ones, like the Pathfinders and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The only one I would get is like a Wrangler. Because Wranglers just spread out a little more wider, where it's not going to flip like one of them cheap little Suzuki joints back in the day.
Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but front for me to start something. Bugging and bucking at niggas like I was duck hunting. Dumbing out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is bullshit, and we party, and 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 bullshit, and we hugs from the honeys, pound from the roughnecks. See my man say that I knew from the projects. Said he had beef, asked me if I had my piece. Sure do, 222s in my shoes. Holla if you need me, love, I'm in the house. Roman stroke, see what the honeys is about. Moet poppin', hope poppin', ain't no stopping. Big Papa, I'm a bad boy. Niggas wanna front, who got your back? Niggas wanna flex, who got the gap? It ain't hard to tell, I'm the East Coast overdoser. Nigga, you're scared, you're supposed to. Nigga, I toast you. Put fear in your heart. Fuck up the party before it even start. Is he drunk off a Henny and skunk? Or some brand Nubian shit beating down punk? And we party and bullshit. That's that. And we party and bullshit. 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 And bitches in the back looking righteous in a tight dress. I think I might just hit her with a little Biggie 101, how to tote a gun and have fun with Jamaican rum conversation. Blunts in rotation, my man Big Jock got the Glock in his waist and we're smoking, drinking, got the hooker thinking. If money smell bad, then this nigga big is stinking. Is it my charm? I got the hookers eating out my palm. She grabbed my arm and said, let's leave calm. I'm hitting skins again, rolled up another blunt, bought a Heineken. Niggas start to loke out, a kid got choked out, blows were stoned, and a fucking fight broke out. Chill, man, chill. Can't we just all get along so I can put hickeys on her chest like little Sean? Get a pissy drunk off a don't carry on. And it's on, and I'm gone. That's that.
Mafia like stuff.
Gon' party and bullshit.
Like
Fucked up, y'all.
Bad boy like
Celebrate Notorious B.I.G., son. Would have been 51 years old. No doubt. The greatest. The greatest. Yeah, you heard me say the greatest. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's talented is. I never question it, whatever. You like, you feel what you feel, son. And you stand behind that. You know what I'm saying? Don't change it. Let me convince you that he's not. You feel that way. You feel that way, son. That's how it is. You know? I do feel like he was the greatest, yo. I do. You know? I'm not, and when I say I think he's the greatest, but that doesn't mean he's the one I like the most. The one I like the most is Nas. And it's not because I feel he's the greatest, but it's just the one I like the most. But I do feel that Biggie is the greatest. It's a difference, yo. So, yo, thank you for showing up again. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like, subscribe, leave them comments. All right, son, we're going to come up with another one.